Alright guys, so I got this Tempware 7500 watt 220 heater off of Amazon. I think it was right in the neighborhood of like 160. Of course they had it on sale shortly after that, but I paid the regular price. It has an internal thermostat in it, so if you just want to set this and walk away from it and heat the space, it's fine as it comes. My problem is I wanted to run it only during the night because I actually have what they call a day-night meter, electric meter, or what they used to call night rate. So I want to run it at night while my electricity is half the price. And to do that and do it on a timer like that, you have to hook it to a thermostat. So I watched some videos on YouTube and basically deciphered them, and I'm going to give better information and kind of knock things down in layman's terms. So I'm not an electrician or a videographer, obviously. Let me put you out in a wide angle. Alright, so originally, when you look at the bottom of these things, you have this lug here where your two legs screw into. So with this particular model being a 7500 watt, you have to have a 40 amp breaker and a minimum of 8 gauge wire. So that's what we have. So to hook up the thermostat, you have to have a contactor, which is basically like a relay that switches based on power with a coil. So this contactor is rated for 40 amps because that's what we have, and the coil within it is 24 volts. This is where I got messed up. I ordered a 240 volt contactor, which means the coil is 240 volts. It wasn't working. I was trying to figure it out. I ended up burning up a transformer because I was wiring it in different ways to try and figure it out, because I am not an electrician. I'm actually a plumber, and this kind of stuff is not in my realm. So figured out finally that this needs to be a 24 volt contactor that can handle 40 amps, which is what we need. So it'll say 40 amp, 24 volt. That's what you get. On the sides here, on these little terminals, it actually says 24 volts. So that's what you're looking for. Now, you put your power in from your panel box into that. That comes out of there and into the terminals on the heater. And then you need a step-down transformer, which is this guy, and I'll give you a better view of another one that I have, because I have two of these setups that I'm going to be hooking up. So this transformer, this particular transformer can run on 120, 208, and 230, I believe. So there's different wires on here to hook up to, and I'll wire nut all these off and do proper spade terminals and everything when I'm all said and done. Anyway, so the black wire on this particular transformer is 120 volts. So you hook that to one leg of your incoming power from the panel box, so it's always got power to this transformer. So now this is energized. The white wire that comes off of it is common, which is basically a ground. So we ground that off. If you look in your panel box, most of the time, all the grounds and all the commons go together on the same bus bar, which makes it a ground. I'm sure I'll have people throwing fits over that, but that's basically what it is. And then the red and green wires that come out of the other side of it are your 24 volt. So you take one wire and hook it to one side of this contactor coil, and then you take the red wire and hook it to the red wire going to your thermostat wire. And I also have the green wire coming out of the transformer that's going to the side of the contactor, going to the green wire on my thermostat wire. So I'll have a common, so I could run a smart thermostat if I wanted, which is nice. And then the white wire for the for the thermostat wire goes to the other side of the coil. So basically, you have power coming out from the transformer to your red wire, and then when your thermostat closes or tells it to turn on, it will switch on the power to this contactor and turn your heater on. And that works famously once you have the proper components. So over here we have this transformer and a better view of it. And if I did this video properly, I would have had the components sitting on the bench and showing you first. But you can see it tells you common white, 120 black, 208 red, and 240 orange. So in this application, you just hook the black wire up, nut off the other ones, hook up the white wire to ground, and then your red and green wires are your 24 volts out. And they give you a little diagram that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, probably because it's made by somebody who doesn't speak your language, which is perfectly fine. All this stuff is a lot cheaper buying it from them. So there you have it.